And welcome to Under Center with Kirk Cousins.
Cousins from under center, straight drop, it's another deep shot, center of the field, caught it on the run, 20-15 10, touchdown!
Our special guest at Under Center this week is Ezra Cleveland. Kirk, a big guy that you're counting on to provide a lot of protection and obviously help on the run game. So I'll let you pick it up and, pardon the expression, run with it because that's what you did against Green Bay all day long.
Yes, Ezra, thanks so much for joining us. Ezra Cleveland, our second-round pick, rookie, who's done a tremendous job stepping in here mid-season. We're asking a lot of him at guard. Thanks for joining the show, bud.
Yeah, no problem. It's great to be here.
So talk about getting your first start a couple weeks ago and just your learning curve right now, the process that it's been as you've been thrown into the fire as of late.
Yeah, I mean, starting at right guard and everything, it's a position that I never played in college, but I got practice reps at it, and I was just trying to learn as much as possible. And when I found out I was starting, I did the usual, texted my parents and let them know so they could watch. And fortunately, my dad was actually flying out to Minnesota for the game, so he got to see my first start and get to see me run out of the tunnel. And I was nervous at first, but once you get out there and get that first snap in and, you're just playing with the guys, it's just football and you've been doing it your whole life. So you just kind of go back to the basics.
So there's a few things you said there that I want to run with. But first of all, talk about, going from tackle. You were drafted as a tackle. That's what you played in college at Boise State. To guard, not only going into guard, but going from the left side to the right side. There's a lot of changes there. I would think the average fan maybe doesn't understand how difficult that is, like going from left-handed to right-handed, moving from tackle to guard. Talk about that transition too.
So playing on one side for so long, you develop muscles, I feel like, in your legs and stuff that you use on the left side. When you switch to the right side, I remember after my first practice playing on the right side, my legs were a lot more sore than normal. And that's because I was using the muscles that I haven't used in a while because I've been playing on one side. So just getting those muscles developed, and then from tackle to guard, all the combinations are kind of the same. You just work with different people. But the big thing is timing. The 3 techs and 2 eyes are definitely a lot closer than those 5 techs and the wide 9. So you just got to be ready to shoot your hands and just be ready to go.
Well, I think you're in a great offense, great system for you to be able to develop. I think Coach Dennison does a really good job. I think it's a really good run scheme. I think you've got great teammates on your right and left, and Brian O'Neill and Garrett Bradbury. And I was asking them this week coming off the Packer game, how you've been doing in there. And we all kind of joked, the three of us, about how calm you are. And I think the listener can sense just listening to you speak how calm you are, quiet. Just kind of go about your business. And that's what I've sensed from you those first few games now that you've played, is you're just kind of go about your business, not going to bring a lot of noise to the party, don't need to promote yourself, just want to do your job. And Brian even said that after your first quarter or two, playing quite a bit, you kind of looked over at him and just said, how am I doing? Am I doing a good job? Am I helping you on those double teams? So kind of talk about that, playing next to Brian and the ongoing conversation you have with him.
Yeah, playing next to Brian's, a great time. For those of you that know him, he brings a lot of energy. He talks a lot, and it's the complete polar opposite of what I am. I'm just trying to, focus, get my job done, and do everything right. And then there's Brian next to me, like trying to coach me up and stuff. And it's great to have a guy like that next to you, and it's fun playing next to him. These past 2 games, I've had a blast, and it's the same with Garrett as well. He does a great job, telling me what to do, helping me out, and coaching me on the sideline when something goes wrong.
After Sunday's game, radio analyst Pete Burstard said, offensive linemen by nature love to go forward as opposed to backing up. And when you're on a roll like that with the running game, as Dalvin Cook did on Sunday, when you get in the huddle, it must feel so good to have kind of assert your will. Can you take us through that entire kind of experience when the running game is working so well as it did against Green Bay?
Yeah, the energy in the huddle is definitely different when you get a big run or something. It sparks the energy, and you can feel the momentum be on your side. And then you just want to get back to the line of scrimmage and keep rolling them off the ball and doing your job and just working with the buddy next to you and getting that double team down.
Ezra, can you talk about backing it up now, being that you are a rookie? You're new to Minnesota. You're learning everything on the fly. Now you're starting and playing a lot of football, playing a lot of snaps. Talk about the transition, getting picked. Did you know the Vikings were likely to take you? Was it a surprise? And what has that been like moving out here and finding a house and kind of getting settled here in Minnesota now?
Yeah, I did have a good idea that the Vikings were going to pick me, and when they did, I was obviously happy because I already knew some guys on the team, Alexander Madison being my former college running back. But once I got picked and we started doing meetings and stuff, it was great. And then, we did that rookie mini camp during the off season, and I needed to go out to that to get to know you guys and get a feel for everything. And then once I figured out the guys were working out at ETS, I wanted to move out here as soon as possible. So I started looking at renting a house. Right after that rookie mini camp, I actually went down there to look at some houses, and then I ended up moving over here July 1st, I believe, which was a few weeks before we actually started, and working out at ETS with Garrett and Drew and AC and all those guys. I wanted to get to know them to start building that chemistry that you need as an offensive line group. And once we pretty much started everything, it's been fantastic. I mean, everyone in the O-line room is fantastic. It's easy to get along with every single one of them. I feel like I have something in common with all of them. And like I said, just building that relationship every single day with all of them. So if you get put next to one of them in a football situation, you know that they got your back and you got theirs.
Well, you're kind to talk about the O-line that way, because I also know when you're a high draft pick as an offensive lineman, there's some initiation that goes on as a rookie. And I got to ask you, talk about, the initiation that's taken place over the last few months, the most recent one being your Halloween costume you had to wear to meetings this past weekend before the Packer game. What has that experience been like?
It's been really fun, honestly. I have there's two other rookies that have been going through it with me, and it's definitely fun. If you just give into it and have a good time, it makes everyone else laugh, and it just kind of brings up the spirits around the O-line room, and it just makes it fun. We decorated the O-line room for Halloween, and actually after this podcast, I'm gonna go get some Thanksgiving decorations to decorate it for Thanksgiving. So we'll see if any stores have some Thanksgiving decorations, and we'll try to decorate that room the best we can. And so when we go in there, our spirits are high, and we have a good day. October's
got to be Halloween, and then November will be Thanksgiving, and then December, Christmas. And it's on the rookies to get it decorated. And you did a great job for Halloween, so we'll see what you got up your sleeve with Thanksgiving. But great job there. And we got Kyle Hinton playing the tuba because he played it back in high school, so we had him bring in a tuba to play. How about your Halloween costume? Tell me about your decision there and what the other guys went with.
So during camp in run blocking, I would move my feet really fast, and Rico started calling me Barney Rubble. And I actually had to do a PowerPoint presentation on the Flintstones and give them some background facts and stuff about the Flintstones. So it was only right for me to be Barney Rubble for Halloween. And believe it or not, it's really hard to find a Barney Rubble costume that's big enough for an offensive lineman. And then Blake Brandel, he's from OSU. He's a Beaver. So he ended up being a Beaver. Everyone calls him Beav and makes Beaver jokes. It's hilarious. And then Kyle, he went to a Spirit Halloween store and was trying to find something for being like a tuba player. So he ended up finding a Mad Hatter costume, and it was a size too small, so he was about to rip the threads on it. He was carrying around the tuba. It was a good time. Finding
the right size for you as an offensive lineman has got to be tricky. It's pretty funny because they all came in with Halloween costumes, and they're all just about a size or two too small. But there probably wasn't a lot of selection there. So, and I do my favorite, of all the ways that they initiate you, from making you carry pads to order food to wearing a Halloween costume, I think my favorite one is the PowerPoint presentations. Anytime we hear about something that someone doesn't know about, like the Flintstones, if someone needs to get educated on the Flintstones or mask wearing or whatever it may be, Riley will turn to Ezra and say, we're going to need a presentation on that. and they have a short amount of time to turn around and have a PowerPoint ready to go. So that's my favorite part. They do a great job with that. Ezra, I got to ask you, Dalvin gave you the ball to Spike after he scored one of his 4 touchdowns on Sunday. Have you ever spiked it before, and what was that like for you?
I've never spiked the ball. You could probably tell from my form, but it was great. I think it was one of our goal line runs clearly, and I ended up finishing my guy in the end zone. I got up, and Dalvin was looking for me, gave me the ball, and he was like pulling over to the side of the end zone. So I was running over there, and I like threw it down. And I actually almost fell over because I was trying to throw it so hard. So it was just a great feeling, and it was nice to share it with all the offensive guys, and it was just surreal.
You've only seen Lambeau Field on television. What was it like for you to experience it even without fans in Green Bay?
Yeah, when we went out there for a warm-up, I was kind of soaking it all in, and it was awesome. It was definitely the best field I've played on. My position coach for Boise State, Brad Bedell, actually played for Green Bay, so he'd tell me stories about how cold it would get and stuff, and it was cool to finally get to go play there.
Well, you did a great job. I can't say enough about the effort you've done, not only against the Packers and the way you ran the football, but just stepping in as a rookie. I was there once. It's very difficult, and it takes time to transition from the college game to the pro game, but you've done a great job at it, and I'm excited to see where you can go from here.
Thank you. It means a lot.